Hey, what's up? It's Comic95 the Savior, and for this video, I want to talk to you guys about why it's so important to watch who you're friends with, especially when you have goals for your life. And I think this is the most important thing about the friends that you choose. I feel, how can I say, the most important time for making friends, I think, is really in your 20s. And the reason why I say this is, or for some, maybe in your 30s, 20s is so important because I feel like it really sets the path for the rest of your life, the tone of it. And I think that the reason why a lot of people have so much trouble with dating or even making friends here in general, or new friends I should say, is because of the people that they associate themselves with, who they hang out with. And this isn't really newfound knowledge or advice for a lot of people, but for me it was. If you know in your heart that you want to get married, then you should really hang out with people that want the same thing as you but are actively pursuing it and are positive about it. Because I find that oftentimes in my own community as a black woman, even being here in Japan, I found that when I hang out with other black women, I'm just keeping it real, not sugarcoating and trying to make it sound nice, I'm just keeping it real. All I hear is negativity. Everything is bad about dating. Nothing positive. No positive prospects. Just, the men here are so awful, blah, blah, blah. And so again, it's okay to share bad stories, etc. I do that here on YouTube. But I mean for your everyday regular conversations. This is a journal for me. I share the bad things that go on in my life. Things that I see, and I also want to help other people. I make videos about positive stuff too, but people focus on the negative. So anyway, back on subject. You don't want to hang out with people who aren't really who are just talking badly about dating, and beyond just talking about it, that are putting in no effort to date. It's okay to have bad experiences and share that with your friends, that's one thing, but I found that when I would talk about my dating experiences, my friends weren't really my friends. They were comparing themselves to me and were being bitter and jealous and trying to downplay or degrade what I had. You met that person on Tinder, and it was online dating. It was a dating app. It's not a real relationship. Just just trying to downplay whatever you have going on for you. And not genuinely being happy for you, but instead kind of just waiting for things to F up or trying to nitpick apart what you do have. And sometimes your friends can be real with you, blunt and honest, and can help you. And then other times there's people just hating on you. And I was dealing with the hating part. And so I just really want to say to you that it's so important for you to make sure that while it's okay for your friends to share their bad experiences with dating, that you're not being around people that are sabotaging you, both emotionally by constantly having this fear of dating or fear of online dating even, and or people that just don't want to genuinely support you or people that have no plans for themselves. I've been friends with so many people that would talk badly about dating or badly about Japanese men or badly about black men or just, dating in general. And then it would be okay, so when was the last time you dated? Oh, I've never had a boyfriend. What? You never had a... What? Do you hear yourself? So again, it's nothing wrong with people being honest and real with you, but how are you going to help me when you've never had what I want? And you're not giving me, we're not giving any ideas or bouncing ideas off each other. We're not helping each other. We're just sitting here and sobbing together, and we're friends based off of our bad life experiences that we share. That's okay in a sense, but it's if that's your whole circle of friends, everybody's just men haters and I don't need no man, type people, whatever. And I used to be one of them. If that's your mindset, you're probably never gonna get married, just like how they're not. And I didn't understand this at first, but I watched a video before on YouTube that was saying that if you're married, your friends need to be married too. And if you're single and you're looking to get married, you need to find friends that are also single looking to get married, actively, and or you need to find a group of married women that are willing to welcome you as their friend, a part of their group, even though you're not married. Because if you don't do that, you're more than likely going to get dragged down by the people that they aren't married to, but they don't want you to get married first. You get what I'm trying to say? They don't want you to do better than they are. They want you to stay down with them. And the other thing that people don't talk about is when you are constantly hanging out with your friends, your single friends, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to meet people. You're not putting yourself in a place where you can get married. In most situations, at least not married to someone of value that you would like. If you want a white collar guy to be your husband, but you're always hanging out with lowlifes and thugs and the wannabe black guys here in Japan, How do you think you're going to find a man that has a good career? If you're against online dating and you're pushing 40, you really think you have a good chance of meeting somebody and you're against using any dating apps because you're too good for that? Do you not think that most men are going to think they're too good for a nearly 40-year-old woman? I'm just keeping it real with you, okay? So, and this isn't the age shame or bash you, but no, just being realistic. I keep seeing like a lot of older women that I'm friends with that have all of these like, old-fashioned ideas where they're totally against online dating, or they don't want to meet people at this place, or they don't want to do this, that, the other. There's so many. They have a long list of what they don't do, won't do, can't do, and not a long list of what they can or if they're willing to do, what they're willing to try, etc. We all get burnt out from dating. I've said it a million times on Patreon when I felt like I was done. This isn't for me to get on my high horse and act like I'm better than you, but I am saying, like, you have to honestly, like, think to yourself, what do you really want? It's no different to surround yourself with the people that you want to be like. If you're always hanging out with people that are low-life thugs, bums, etc., what are you going to be? What do people think you are? If you do even encounter one of these men, they're not going to date you seriously, or they're not going to date you at all. You're not even approachable. You're always around a group of friends, and for a lot of people, it's intimidating. The reality is, a lot of the men that are willing to approach you when you're with your group, your little posse, your group of friends, they're not looking to wife you. They're looking to fuck you, okay? I'm just keeping it real with you. Your best chances of meeting somebody that's genuine is when you're by yourself. Whether that is on an online dating profile, going out to a bar, wherever it happens to be. You have to put yourself out there. There's so many people that are like completely against the idea of putting themselves out there. They only want to hang out with their friends, or they go straight to work, go straight home. I talked about this before already. But it's so important that you are mindful of who you are friends with, who you are talking to. It's literally the blind leading the blind. I've been friends with people where it's like, okay, you've never had a boyfriend, and the last boyfriend you had was like 6 years ago, so, what? You're almost 40. I've been friends with people that are younger than me. And they claim they want to get married, but it's like, okay. Do you see the type of people that you're hanging out with, though? Oh, but he's so cute. Yeah, but look at him. He's a host. He's not going to marry you. This is game. Oh, but I love him. It's okay. I just want a casual relationship, too. No, you don't. You're fetishizing after him. You're obsessed with his looks. You're wasting your time. You're risking getting a disease. He's playing you. If all of your friends are dummies and doing stupid stuff, it is very unlikely that you are going to end up doing better off than they are. Because the reality is, we hang out with people that are like us. Our friends influence us. You influence your friends too. But I feel like for a lot of people, something that's really stopping them from being able to find the right person or date the right people is the fact that they're not even doing what they should be doing or in the places they should be. And it even goes for cities. Like, if you're living in a place that has no dating options but you want to get married, why are you still there? Like, hello, use your brain. And there's so many women that are like moving like men. You cannot move like a man because men don't like what women like. The older you get, the lower your chances are of ever getting married. For men, it's easier to get married the older they get, honestly. Most women like men that are within the 30 to 40 age range. Some even like men in their 50s. You are making it harder for yourself as a woman the longer you wait to make these moves, to make these changes. We don't like the idea of kicking our friends to the curb and you gotta entirely like stop talking to them altogether. But you can't prioritize hanging out with these girls 5, 6, 7 days a week. That's too much. And for too long. I have without even being married. I just got married, might I add. Without even being married. Just the idea of me getting married. I literally saw like the look in my friend's face. You getting married? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? They're not happy for you genuinely. Oh, congratulations. We're more like in a bitter, jealous type of, why can't that be me? You don't want bitter bitches like that hanging out with you. You need friends that support you, that want the same thing as you, that are real. It's okay to share your negative and bad experiences. But your everyday conversations should not just be, I hate men, men are bad, blah, blah, blah. Because while you don't have to get married, no, you don't need a man to survive. If you know in your heart you want to be a wife, you know in your heart you want to have children, you have to prioritize that over your career and make it happen. Or it will not happen. And if it does happen, it will not be the way you want to. Your time, not only to get married, but especially to have children, is limited. Most people don't have the money to pay for those expensive ass fertility treatments. And they're painful, and nobody wants to do them. They're embarrassing. They're costly. They're not guaranteed. They're stressful. And for many, they don't work. Why would you want to risk that? I said this before, but the older you are when you have your children, the less time you have to spend with your children, and the less time you have to spend with your grandkids, if you even get to live to see them. The younger you are, the better. Of course, make an informed decision, but the reality is, I said this before already, dating somebody for 3, 5, 10 years is not going to give you some new side of them that you didn't already see. A guy can pretend to be perfect up until the 6th year and then act crazy on the 7th year. A girl can be a sweet angel that just F's your brains out every day. And after you get married, once you reach that 2-year mark, she's done. It shows her true colors and becomes this abusive, jerk-like woman. Never in the mood. Dating is a new concept. People did not used to date. Relationships did not last for no 1, 2, 3 years, crazy crap like that. People got married in a much shorter time span than what they're doing now. And that's another reason why it's hard to wait until, abstain from sex until you get married too, because of that. And so this isn't to make a video to talk about abstinence and whatnot, but rather, I do want to say that I feel like a lot of people are being held back by their group of friends. You're giving them too much of your time. They're putting too much negativity into you and making you think that the world is just horrible about dating. And it's not a matter of you needing people to be fake and phony and tell you how wonderful dating is, but you need people that are actually actively dating. If your friends are actively dating and having bad experiences, then that's fine. But if your friends aren't even actively dating, and all they're doing is put negative ideas in your mind, it's likely going to discourage you from wanting to go out and date too. The amount of people that I've seen here in Japan that don't even have Japanese language ability that are against online dating is ridiculous to me. You can definitely meet your partner through normal means, like going to a festival or going to a bar or a party. I understand it happens. But how many people have met their partner there and their partner was handsome or tall or had a good career? Not many. In my opinion, online dating is the best. You can screen people more easily. You see what they think and have to say about themselves. You see pictures that they think represent themselves. You can read their bio and see what they want to say about themselves before you meet in person. You can see their salary, their job, where they're from, all the questions you have, their height, their weight, before you meet in person. And on paid sites like Pairs, you know that they're serious about it, or at least a little bit serious, because they're willing to pay money just to communicate with you. That's how I met my husband. So, do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying that I think that's really like a big thing for a lot of people. Like, if you seriously focus on dating and you're patient with it, because I used Pairs for almost 2 years, and when I was ready to completely give up, my husband, my now husband, he sent me the first message that I got. And we ended up getting married. I had just downloaded the app again and made a new profile. First person to message me. Planned to date that same day. We've been together ever since. Don't allow people to stop you from dating by having them put these ideas inside your mind that, online dating is embarrassing, blah, blah. Like, for example, I used to always feel like I needed to lie about how I met people. When you tell your crap story, we met at the train station, which I'm not even gonna lie, I've actually met a handful of people at the train station. I've dated several people that I've met at the train station. I have guys stop me all the time. But, can I have your line? Can I have your Instagram? Whatever. And plan a date with me. It does happen. So, I'm done. I really wanted to put that out there because I keep seeing like girls talking about how, they can't find anybody to date. And then it's like when I listen to them talk further, like listen to associates of mine, it's like, you don't want to use Tinder, you don't want to use Pairs, you don't want to use Bumble, you don't want to wear makeup, you don't want to date outside your race. Like, why are you in Japan even? You don't want to move from where you are. You're living in the countryside. Like, okay, you're not going to find, it's very unlikely. I'm not trying to be negative. Miracles happen. But it is very unlikely. Just going to put it blunt to you. You ain't finna find nobody doing things the way you're doing it. So change it up. If you know you want to get married and you're living in Japan, the last thing you want to do is not live in a major city. The likelihood of you finding somebody willing to date and or marry you seriously is slim to none outside of major cities. You're dealing with millions of people in Tokyo. The best options to date are in Tokyo. And second to Tokyo will be Osaka. When you start going out to middle of nowhere Japan, it is possible, but you're making it a lot harder to find a partner. It's not a matter of them knowing English, it's a matter of them being willing to marry a foreign partner. It's hard to be in an interracial relationship. There will always be a language barrier, there will always be cultural differences. There will be things that you think you're ready to put up with that you're not. You do things differently, you think differently, you eat differently, you move differently. You want different things. You need a partner that is more willing to put up with that. You have more options to date too. When you're living in the middle of nowhere, you have limited men that you can even choose from. And that's if they even want you. Why would you waste your 20s, waste your 30s in an environment where you know you don't have the best options? Especially if you're not the best looking person. If you know you want to get married, but all of your friends are losers who have no dating experience or have nothing to share but bad, no good news, no good advice. I ain't trying to be, whatever, but just keeping it real. Is this really who you want to be friends with, who you want to surround yourself with? You got to think about what you want in your life, because let me tell you, when your friends go off and get married, they going to forget about you. So while you busy trying to hold on and hang on to them and prioritize your friends, your partner comes first. They do. Friends come and go. If you marry right, your husband should be there until you die. Your family, not your friends. And good friends understand that you should be prioritizing your partner. You ain't got to literally kick all your friends to the curb after you get married. But good friends understand that your man should come first. That's just facts. You cannot afford to waste your 20s. You cannot afford to waste your 30s, especially if you want to have children. Do not do that to yourself. If you're having trouble dating where you are, get up, move now. Don't do it next year, not 3 years from now, not 5 years, now. I promise you, when you do it, you'll wish you did it even earlier. I felt that way. I spent so much time in Osaka. When I came back to Tokyo, I had a huge boom in the amount of messages that I received on both pairs, on Tinder, on Instagram, even Twitter. My options for dating expanded. It was ridiculous. There were a lot more people here to choose from than I had in Osaka. My dating experience was better too. And I'm happy being in the city that I want to be in. I'm back in Tokyo. You need to think this way. You don't want to hang around a bunch of women that ain't doing shit with their lives, that are not going anywhere. You can help them, but as the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can tell your friends your advice, your opinions on what you think they should do, how they should date, etc. But if they don't want to use online dating, they don't want to date outside their race, and that's on them. That's whatever. It's not your job to try to force people. You need to focus and worry about yourself. Be happy for people when they do get married. That's fine. But worry about you getting married, not your friends, not other people. Worry about you dating, not your friends, not other people. At the end of the day, you want your own man to come home to, your own kids to come home to. Your friends might be your friends this year, but they won't be next year. When they leave and go back to their home country, they're going to forget about you. You need to focus on your life now. Do not prioritize your little crappy teacher job over getting a husband. It's not worth it. You are better off quitting your job and looking for a man full time than working your crap job making $2,500 a month. It's not worth it. Because the older you get, the less men will be interested in dating you, let alone marrying you. Forget about that. Just dating you. The older you get, the harder it will become to have children for most women safely. Why set yourself up like that? Your bitter, jealous, hating friends are not going to help you get married. In fact, if anything, they might be sabotaging your chances. Because the men that might want to approach you, you look unapproachable. Being around a group of 10 women, 10 bitter, angry women. Think about that. So, I'm done. I'm just saying that I found it really good for myself. Even though I'm not going to cap to you all. A lot of the people that I was friends with, I didn't even stop talking to them because I wanted them. We fell out because of either them, we had an argument, some sort of drama, or they moved and went back to their home country, so we just talk every once in a while. I even have friends, male friends even, they got married and they dropped me. Okay? So I'm speaking from experience. If you want this, that's what you need to be doing. Don't be friends with people that are not in the places that you want to get to and go to. If your friends are actively trying like how you are, then that's fine. But even then, you don't want your whole group of friends to be a bunch of single bitches. Somebody in that mix needs to be married, and hopefully a few people. You don't want to you're better off being by yourself than hanging out with people that aren't doing crap with themselves, that are not going in the direction that you want to go into. It's like wanting to be a doctor, but then you hanging out in the hood. Okay? You got ghetto thug friends around you, and you're trying to have a white collar. Like, how else is this going to work out for you? Your friends are ultimately going to end up influencing you. You're possibly not going to finish med school, whatever you had planned for yourself. So, I'm done. I can go on forever. I just want to say that. Please remember, you have one life. Your life is short. It is limited. Women do not have as much time as men to make these decisions and figure everything out. Not if you want a man of value that you really want to marry. I don't just mean in the financial sense that he's making a lot of money. When I say value, I mean a man that you are attracted to, a man that you want. Anybody can get married out of desperation. You can find somebody that'll marry you. But is it a man that you really like, a man that you really want? That's the real question. I don't want you to waste your time or waste your life marrying somebody that's trash because you waited too long. The school that you're working at, they will find a replacement for you. You are not important to them. That man that you want, he might have married you 5 years ago, but you waited 5 years too long. You're too old for him. He met another girl during that time. So, that's it. I can go on rant forever. All I gotta say is make sure that your friends are in the direction that you want them to be in. Hang out with people that are in the direction that you want to go in. Don't allow other people's bad experiences to talk about your own, including my own. I say that too. Look, I get in here talking about the downside of dating and F-boy stuff all the time, but what have I not done? I did not stop dating. I even said I was done dating, and I still kept dating, okay? I also recognize, and then I'm done. I'm sorry, I have to add this part. I also recognize that while I felt, I don't need a man. Yeah, actually, I do. Being alone sucks. And on top of that, it doesn't just suck. I know that I want to be a wife, and my time to become a wife was going to be limited to be a wife to the man that I want to be a wife to. And on top of that, I know that I want to have kids. In order to have kids, I gotta be what? Young, okay? I need to be under 40, preferably. And with that said, I knew that I needed to prioritize getting my crap together in order to find the type of man that I wanted to get. And I got exactly what I wanted. He's tall, he has a good career, he's well educated, he's handsome. I got exactly what I wanted. I did not get this overnight because I was lucky. I got it because I worked for my crap. And I was lucky and blessed. But you know what I mean? Like, I had to work for my crap. Patreon knows. I've been through some mess. I've dated tons of Batmen. I've dated tons of F-boys. I've been in some messed up situations. And I went through a lot of it alone, without friends. Life happens. So, that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My social media accounts are all in the description box below. That's all for this video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll watch another video.